Hi everyone. In this video I'm going to work out some of the exercises of page number 1 of the review sheet for test number 5, which is your homework number 6.3. In exercise number 1 we have a subtraction of polynomials. We know it because we can see here the subtraction sign in between the two polynomials. To do a subtraction of polynomials, we multiply the first polynomial by +1, and that is going to leave all the terms in the first polynomial exactly the same, because 1 times 7y squared is 7y squared. 1 times +2y is +2y. 1 times -4 is -4. And then we're going to multiply the second polynomial by -1. So in this case, this being negative is going to change all the signs from the second polynomial. So 3y squared is positive, and that's going to become negative. 5y is positive, and that will become negative, and 4 is negative, so it will become positive, because when we multiply a negative times a positive, that gives us negative, so this will be -3y squared. Negative times positive, that gives us negative, so that's 5y negative. And then a negative times a negative, that gives us +4. And after we do that, we simply combine the like terms. So 7y squared minus 3y squared, that gives us 4y squared. Two y minus 5y, that will give us -3y. And when we combine the constants, -4 plus 4, they combine to 0. So the answer for this polynomial, for this subtraction of polynomials, would be the binomial 4y squared minus 3y. In the second one, we have an addition of polynomials, and we can see here there's the addition sign in between the two polynomials. To add polynomials, we simply combine the like terms. So we will combine 2n squared and 5n squared is positive, so it is 2n squared plus 5n squared, that is 7n squared. And then we will combine -3n with +7n. -3 plus 7 is +4, so this is +4n. And then the two constants, +3 minus 8, that give us -5. And that's it for the sum of polynomials. We simply take the like terms and combine them. In number 3, I have again a subtraction of polynomials, so I will leave that for you. In number 4, we have a multiplication of polynomials. We know it because here in between the two polynomials there is no subtraction symbol, or there is no addition symbol as we have here, subtraction, addition. So if there is no symbol, that means this is a multiplication, and we do the multiplication of two binomials by multiplying the first term of each binomial, so x times x, that is x squared. And then we multiply the first term of the first polynomial by the last one, that is 4x positive, because we have positive times another positive, that gives us +4x. And now we do -10 times +x, that gives us -10x. because negative times a positive, negative. And finally, negative 10 times positive 4, that will give us negative 40, because negative times positive is negative and 10 times 4 is 40. So we're multiplying. All these arrows represent multiplication with the distributive property. And the final step when we are multiplying two binomials is to combine any like terms that we have. And in here we have the two middle terms. Those are like terms. So x squared, and then combining positive for x minus 10x, that's 4 minus 10, that is negative 6x, and the negative 40, which doesn't have any other one to combine with, the same thing as the x squared. And that's the final answer for the multiplication of these two binomials. Number 5 is also a multiplication of two binomials, so I will not do this. So it's y times y times negative 8, and then positive 8 times y, and positive 8 times negative 8. So you do those 4 steps by multiplying, as we did up here, and then you combine the middle terms, and you get the answer. For number 6, you also have a multiplication of binomials, because x minus 11 squared, that is x minus 11 multiplied by x minus 11. So we do have to remember that squaring a binomial in this case would be repeating the same thing 2 times and multiplying them. As is squaring anything, any quantity that is a square, such as 5 squared is simply 5 times 5. So the same thing here, if we're squaring x minus 11 squared, that is x minus 11 multiplied by x minus 11. So once we write what's the meaning of squaring, we have here again a multiplication of binomials, which is done in the same way as number 4. So you will multiply x times x, and then x times negative 11, negative 11 times x, and negative 11 times negative 11, and then you will combine any like terms that you have. So I'm going to leave the rest of number 6 for you as well. On the bottom of page number 1, we have 7 and 8, and for number 7 it says, for the triangle below, express the perimeter as a polynomial in a standard form. So we will be finding the perimeter for this triangle, and then in part B, we will evaluate the perimeter when x is equal to 6 centimeters. So let's find the perimeter first. This would be part A. The perimeter of any figure we find just by adding all the sides. So in this case, we have 3 sides, so we will just need to add these 3 sides. So the perimeter of this trinomial, of this triangle, would be 2x plus 8 plus x squared plus x plus 3x. So we only have an addition of polynomials as we did up there in exercise number 2. We're adding polynomials. How do we add polynomials? We simply combine like terms. So we look for like terms. We're going to be starting with the highest polynomial because we want our answer to be in a standard form. So the perimeter would be x squared, because this x squared doesn't have any other squares to combine with, so this will remain here in the answer, x squared. And then we look for those terms that have an exponent of 1, which is 2x plus 3x. So 2 plus 3, that gives us 5x. So it's positive 5x. And then lastly, the constants, the numbers. Oh, I made a mistake here. I forgot this x also, which should be combined with the 2x and the 3x. So there is another like term here. So the answer here will not be 5x, so it is 2 plus 1, 3 plus 3, 6. So there is a total of 6x. And now we are going to find the answer for the constants, but this is the only constant, the only number. There is no other number to combine it with, so this is going to be here in the answer, plus 8. And that is the answer for part A, that is the perimeter of the triangle written in a standard form. For part B, we have to evaluate this perimeter when x is equal to 6. So we want to find what's the perimeter if x is equal to 6 centimeters. So for part B, I will just take this perimeter, which is perimeter is equal to x squared plus 6x plus 8, and we're going to evaluate this polynomial by substituting the x's with 6. That is what evaluating means. Change the value of change the x, change the variable by its value and simplify. So the perimeter, when x is equal to 6, you will need to substitute the x by 6. So this is 6 squared plus 6, and we substitute this x by 6. So we have 6 times 6, because there is a multiplication here, 6 times the value of x, so it's 6 times 6 plus 8. And now we simplify following the order of operations. Six squared is 36. 6 times 6 is also 36 plus 8. We combine now all of these numbers together. We have to add them. It says 36 plus 36 plus 8. And that is equal to 80. So the perimeter of the trinomial when x is equal to 6 centimeters is 80 centimeters. And that's the end of exercise number 7. Exercise number 8 is very similar to number 7. It says again, express the perimeter as a polynomial in a standard form. That is what we did in part A. So I'm going to leave this for you to do. Just take all the 4 sides of this figure and add them together. And that is your perimeter. You don't even have to do part B in this case. You only have to do, which is what we did here in part A, finding the perimeter. And that's it for this video. I hope it helps you to complete page number 1.